Hi, I'm Taylor Lamanna, and this is my student Lorraine, and we are going to do a little progression on the Wunda chair here for you, that we will start on the floor with some standing legs and end up into a lunge with a fun transition exercise. But I really like this little sequence for preparing the body to not be as afraid of the standing lunges up on top of the chair. So we will be working into them from the floor and up with a couple different variations. So we are going to start with some standing leg pumps. So I'll have you go ahead and take your hands to your pelvis, find your neutral pelvic positioning, and then send the right leg up onto the foot pedal. So you're on the ball of the foot. Now we're going to square the hips forward towards me and think ribs set right over the hips, and then press the pedal down towards the floor. We are on 2 number 1 springs, but of course you can change this to better fit your body. But this here is going to progress us through the whole series. So this is some spring here to have to push down into. And one more time, give it a press. And back up. Now transition by pressing that leg all the way down to the floor, taking the hands to the chair because this is heavy at this point, right? So now you're going to take your left foot and bring it up on top of the chair so the toes are towards that front edge. It's going to give you some space. Hands will stay wide on the chair. Now think of this in terms of like a hamstring stretch 3 or a pike and a lunge put together. So as you start to rise, it will keep the hands on the chair. A nice exhale at the top is always helpful. And then we'll send it down towards the floor, and let's stop right before you touch the floor. Now, if you needed to find the ground to be grounded there, that's okay. But I do like to kind of play in this space where maybe we're not quite finding the floor so that we have to keep it together and in this front leg. Now, let's try this one more time. Gorgeous. And then bringing it up. And then bring it down and transition. This is the next place I like to work, is taking the hands to the thigh. And you will be a bit more forward in the body position and rise up from here. So we're letting the hands support you, and you're going to just only come up to where the hands are still grounded onto the thigh. So we're using that almost, you could press that down to help you lift, and that's going to be the tall position. And then we're going to bring it back down for one more here. And then rising up. Now when we build the confidence and this feels okay, we're going to take the hands behind the head and bring the torso a little more vertical at this moment. And then here we go, having your traditional lunges, coming up, feeling a bit of an inner thigh engagement, even though the legs are staggered, is really helpful. This is looking gorgeous, and having your gaze eye level is helpful as well. And look how beautiful this is. And let's try this one more time. I'm always trying to squeeze one more out of you. And then we're going to go ahead and ride it all the way down to the floor, taking your hands back to the chair. You'll remove the foot that's up on top of the chair and bring those feet side by side. So we're going to transition to go to the other side through hamstring stretch 3, your pikes, whatever you may call it here. So let's find flexion in the torso. So we're rounding the spine. The feet are side by side. You could bring your ankles together or have them just side by side. And really feel the tail tuck as you scoop and ride the pedal up. There may feel like a slight shift forward into the arms to get that pedal to lift, and then go ahead and bring it down. And once again, let's stop in the space right before it touches the floor, and then we're going to bring in that back up again. So we have that hollowing, scooping feeling, and sometimes this could be wonderful to reference back to when it is that you're doing the lunge with the hands onto the chair. And this is your last one here. We'll round up. Beautiful, nice lift there. But of course, you can play with any range in that lift. Let's go ahead and lower down to the floor. Remove a strong leg down to the floor, guide it up with another strong leg, and then go ahead and stand on up. Now, of course, you would repeat that series on the other side. And thank you for watching this Balanced Body video.